Here we're going to look at inequalities and binomial distributions. So to be a binomial distribution, the following have to be true. The experiment is determined by a fixed number of independent trials N. Each trial has two possible outcomes, a success or a failure. The trials are independent, meaning the probability of success does not change with each trial. And X is a discrete random variable, so that means that the counts of the number of successful trials. So let's just take a look at this first example. We have that Anne is randomly guessing the answers on a 10-question quiz, where every question is true or false. So the random variable X can be defined as the number of correct answers. So is this a binomial distribution? The first thing you want to look at is there a fixed number of trials? Well, yes, our N in this case would be 10 because there's 10 questions. This is a 10-question quiz, so it's not changing. The second thing you want to look at is, are there two possible outcomes, a success or a failure? Yes, because it is either correct or not correct. My success or not correct, which would be a failure. The trials are independent, so that means that we are looking for a probability that doesn't change from one question to the next. All of these are true, false, so our probability of success is 0.5 for all of them. And then that last thing is the discrete random variable X is the count of successful trials. The problem stated that the random variable X can be defined as the number of correct answers. So yes, we are counting our number of successes here. So this is a probability distribution because all four criteria are true. These two questions are not asked in your assignment, so why don't you take a minute, you can pause the video and see if you can determine if these are or are not binomial distributions, and then I'll have the answer in when you come back. So number 1 should not be. A binomial distribution because it doesn't fit all four criteria. The problem is that this is a 10-question quiz where 5 questions are true, false, and 5 are multiple choice. So the probability actually changes from 0.5 to 0.25, and we do not want to see that happen. And then in number 2, it is the binomial distribution. And you can go through those 3 trials. N is 3. Each question has 2 possible outcomes. The probability of success is 0.73, and you are counting the number of shots that went in. So this should prepare you for the next part of binomial distributions. So this next part is that using Excel to calculate the probabilities of binomial random variables, and you should have Excel commands in your 152 course. Now I will tell you, when I teach 152, I teach my students to use binom.dis.range because it makes it so much easier and you can tell Excel exactly what you want. So this is why you should be using that 2016 Excel because it does have that option. So when you are working with binom.dis.range, now I'm not going to do number 1, but I will be moving to one that we can work together. So it is going to be binom.dist.range, and then you'll have your N, and then your probability of success, and then your range. So this will be x1, x2. And you can actually use binom.dis.range for everything, even if it is an exact value, because you can then just tell it the number and you won't have an x2. Okay, so let's take a look at an example on the next page. So here, I'm going to start with this at most 7. So x is at most 7. So that means 7 or less. So my values here are going to be 0 to 7. So my Excel command, again, I'm going to use binom.dis.range. So it would be equals binom.dist.range. And then the first thing is going to be my n. Well, if you look at the problem gave us what our things are. We are assuming the distribution is binomial with a p of 0.5 and an n of 10. And then we're going to calculate these. So my n is 10. My probability is 0.5. And my values are going to be from 0 to 7. And I can see that exactly from this highlighted area that I have with my number line. And then if I put this in Excel, I will get a probability. So you can just enter that right in, and you should get 0.9453. So again, I'm just going to write right here, probability that x is at most 7, so x is less than or equal to 7. Now, let's look at the one where we have it is at least 2 but no more than 8. So at least 2 but no more than 8. So that means it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Okay? So what does that probability look like as an inequality? The probability would be from 2 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 8. I'm going to use that binom.dis.range. N is 10. My probability of success is 0.5. My lowest value is 2, and my largest is 8. Put this in Excel, and you should get 0.9785. If you want to take a moment and try numbers 5, 6, and 7, and then come back and you can view the answers. Here you can try number 8 as well. Just pause the video and then come back and you'll be able to see the answer. This next problem is done in Blackboard, so you should be applying the information from the previous slides to now an application problem. If you would like to try number 2 first, you can move on to the next slide, pause the video, and then you'll be able to see the answer.